Sims File, we talk to people about different political processes they're going through. So today is marriage visas. And we actually have the opportunity, we got to follow, and we're going to sit down and interview somebody going through the marriage visa process. And her name is Cindy Moo.
So I'm going in to get my marriage visa because I'm from South Africa and my husband lives here in the States and we're trying to live together so we can have kids and raise them here. Anyways, this is my green card. And so this is how I'm here right now. And so I'm trying to go into the office and all I brought is my ID, so hopefully that's enough. I'm not really sure, and I brought like 20 bucks. So we'll see how that goes. Yeah. I'm here for my marriage visa. This is my green card.
Alrighty.
Okay. So, I'm here with my green card, and I'm here because I'm married and I'm trying to move here with my husband, and I'm just visiting right now because, well, you guys make it so dang hard here to be a citizen. Anyways, so I was wondering, what all I have to do, because I have, my application part where I, fill out that I want to be a citizen, and that's, true that we're married, but what do I have to bring? Just my ID? Because I have, my license from South Africa.
You need to prove that your husband's a citizen. I need a social security card, proof of residency, birth certificate, etc.
Okay.
So we know that he is a citizen and he's not a citizen.
Okay, so
And well, I have a question. Have you been married before?
yeah,
You have.
to him.
Before him, were you ever married before to somebody else in the country in which you came from?
South Africa? Yeah, 4 times.
And you've been divorced 4 times. Is that correct?
In South Africa, now I'm coming here.
Right. So I need proof that you just have been divorced. Just the documentation so we can prove that you are not in.
Well, I have documentation of our wedding if you want to see that we're married.
No. I need actual papers of when you filed
pictures.
divorce. That's very, very cute. No, but I just need actual photographs of when you filed divorce.
Okay, so
not photographs, actual documents.
And I saw online that this is kind of expensive. So how much am I looking to pay?
Well, I can pull it up right here. Pretty much, the average can be about $1,700, maybe close to $2,000, because you have to get your marriage visa petition, adjustment status application, your biometrics interview, employment authorization petition, also medical examination, which is required.
Okay.
Just a lot of different fees that add up to a total of that.
I can tell you I'm healthy.
We need to conduct a medical examination. I'm sorry.
Okay. Alright, well, I'll be back. I don't even want to talk about what happened in there. They're ridiculous. They want me to pay around $1,700 to $2,000. I did a medical examination. That's $200 or $300 by itself. Just to live here, oh, it's so expensive. And then there's so many documentations you have to have. I can't even talk to you right now. I have to.
Wow. Well, now we are going to talk to Cindy Moo herself and get her opinion after she received her marriage visa. Cindy, welcome to the Sims File.
Hey,
how are you?
doing good.
Good. So, thank you for allowing us to follow you around through, the kind of beginning steps of this process and figuring things out, just so our viewers can kind of get an inside look of, what's it like to go and apply for a marriage visa. So, tell us a little bit about it, your experience.
Well, marriage visa is a lot harder to receive than people think at first. So, I had to document all 4 of my previous marriages, and then you have to show your divorce papers, and so you have to keep track of that. You have to show your citizenship of your country and then the citizenship of your now coming, your husband or your wife who you're coming to be with. You have to show all of their permanent records and their residencies and proof of everything that they have, basically. And then it's really, really expensive too. It's just a really long process kind of to fill out.
Right. Now, would you say that it was worth it, you know, now that you went through the process and everything, and here you are living in the States?
Yeah, I think it was like a good way to get here, for sure, but I definitely like am on the road to citizenship now because it was a lot of work, but like you still aren't granted the same like amount of rights as you would be if you were a citizen. Like I can't vote, so that's frustrating because like now that like me and my husband are starting to think about having kids, like it's frustrating because like you don't get to vote for the elections that are going to affect them and things like that.
Exactly. Well, so tell us a little bit about, I guess, what would have happened if you weren't able to prove that you were divorced back in your other country? If you were still married to somebody, maybe you were just claiming you were marrying this man just to get an easy pass into the country.
Yeah. Well, a lot of times people like fake their way into the United States by saying that they're getting a fiance, which is the same thing as a marriage visa. They're just like a little different. I guess they're a little different, but they're the same visa code.
Meaning, like, if you're engaged to somebody in the States, you can get your marriage visa. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, exactly. If like you have proof that you're gonna get married. But if you can't like prove that you've been divorced from your previous husband and like it's on records that you're still married to them, you can't be married to two people at one time as long as you live in the United States. So me and my husband would have to find another way to prove that we were getting married, and also a lot of times like it is abused toward like women. It's like women will go and they'll message men from the States, or like they'll find a way to like talk to them and like pay their way to come here to have a marriage visa and just like marry them for the benefits of it, kind of. But it was definitely worth it. It was just a really long process, and I don't think people understand how long of a process it could be.
Yeah.
But
Expensive.
yeah, very expensive. I spent almost $2,000 just to get a marriage visa, and then you have to pay like your fees, like if you like want to get property while you're here, then like your license fees, like just like to live here is insanely expensive.
And then on top of you said you're on the road to citizenship, so then there's just more fees that do come along with that. Now, being someone who's actually going through this process, do you say you support marriage visas? Like, what is your view and your stance on these visas? These visas in particular.
Well, these visas in particular I support because I feel like if you restrict somebody, like a lot of times like missionaries will go to like other countries and they'll meet women or men of like that are there and they want to continue their mission with them here, or like they'll want them to come back to the States with them if like it's a better life for them and they can provide, and they like spend a lot of time together. Because like my like pastor I know, like at my church I go to now that I've moved here, he and his wife like met in Belize, and she's Belizean, so she came back here on a marriage visa.
Very cool.
So it's also kind of interesting to think about that. So I definitely support that, but I definitely think that like the security and the how strict they are about getting one is really important. Because a lot of times people will try and like fool the system.
Right. Well, awesome. Well, thank you so much for, like I said, just allowing us to follow you around, and allowing our viewers and myself included to kind of get a first-hand look of what is it like to try to go and get a marriage visa, and then just to go with your viewpoint and your stance on this particular area. So now I understand that you are now married and you are living happily in the United States. So we all wish you the best in your marriage, and we all wish you good luck on your path to citizenship, as that is such an awesome, awesome thing that you are doing. We're so happy you decided to join America. Thank you. You're welcome. So thank you guys for tuning in and listening on this week's episode of The Sims File. Next week we will be talking about border control and all that comes along with that. So thank you guys, and have a good night.